And we are now back to hump day. Yes, it is now hump day. It is middle of the week. Nothing really spectacular going on, unfortunately. I mean, it's always so weird because, unfortunately, until further notice, I don't really have any cable. So, I couldn't watch like America's Got Talent last night. Personally, I hope next week. Next week is when I'm hoping that I get my cable back because, the voice auditions are coming up again. That's going to be pretty nice. The Masked Singer, that's coming back. Cannot wait. I loved talking about that earlier this year. So I cannot wait to do it again. It's going to be awesome. Try and guess who is beneath the mask. Yeah. Oh wait, where are my manners? Good morning and happy hump day, everybody. Okay, so honestly, I gotta say, yesterday's video, was probably I didn't realize until later, but I felt really good talking about, what I, talked about in terms of, who I want to be in a relationship with, or, my ideal person who I'd like to be in a relationship with, at least in terms of, characteristics and personality. Again, nice, funny, smart. That's all standard, but I hope at the very least I was able to, elaborate on that a little better. But, again, if not, I'm sorry, I guess. Let's see, what else? I noticed that yesterday was actually surprisingly really hot. I really noticed that yesterday. It wasn't unbearable, but it definitely got up there in temperature, whatever. So that, it's great that, around this time of year, technically summer's not over until the 23rd, I believe. So, we got some time. So, I just hope this week, again, my brother and sister-in-law's baby showers this weekend, so at the very least I hope the weather's nice. Yeah, we're gonna be indoors for it, but you still want that added insurance of just an overall good day, and more often than not, just the right amount of weather seems to facilitate that. What else? Holy cow. I just realized something. Today is day 626. Experiment 626. You guys, Lilo and Stitch. I love that movie. That's a good movie. Actually, you know what? I think it's high time we did talk about Lilo and Stitch a little bit because I do like Lilo and Stitch, and I actually did watch some of that series, some of the series that Disney Channel had, which actually had a pretty good premise. Think about it. Stitch was experiment 626. That means, Dr. Jumbo Jukiva, I remember that guy's name, had made 625 other experiments. So what are they? So you gotta find them, meet them, turn them from bad to good. And, I love how each experiment, for one way or another, actually had some sort of generic function that they were able to belong. Actually, there was a lot of good episodes. There was the Richter episode. I forget the experiment numbers names, but Lilo would always name them after what they were good at. They're Richter because he could make earthquakes, and so they actually used Richter, and Richter shakes a like milk and ice cream up and down, makes a milkshake. So yeah, Richter makes milkshakes. That's really cool. There was a yin yang episode, which actually featured one being, good at shooting water and the other one making lava. But when you put the two together, you make land. So yeah, yin and yang actually make land. That was a really cool episode that they did. Oh, there's a lot of really good experiments names, like Sparky, Cannonball. There was two experiments that were like two bad guys, one boy and one girl. They Lilo named them Bonnie and Clyde. That was really sweet. Wow, there's like a lot of these. Holy cow. Although, and the best part is, yeah, technically the series did end with one of those direct-to-video movies. But here's the thing. This one was actually pretty solid. Like, okay, so the name of the movie that ended the series was called Leroy and Stitch. See, throughout the series, Jumbo actually did make Experiment 627, but that didn't pan out very well. So Jumbo made Experiment 628, which the main villain of the series, Dr. Jacques von Hamsterville, yes, that was that guy. That was the villain's name. He named the experiment Leroy, and they found a way to make clones of Leroy. So now there's like an army of them. So what they do is they get like all of the other experiments like throughout the series, and they all team up and like fight. Oh, that was my computer there. And like they fight that army of Leroys. It was awesome. Like seriously. In that one, I'm not even kidding, Stitch did that one sort of thing from Braveheart where like he's rallying the troops or whatever. It was sweet. I'm like, yeah, this is like, it's actually kind of cool. There's like a giant battle and it's awesome. I mean, that was actually pretty sweet. Oh, got me so excited, it got me tired already. Yeah, so let me check. Let's see here. So there was a what else is there? Yeah, that was, wow, I just lost, stupid yawning. I just lost my train of thought. Darn it. Oh right, I was talking about Leroy and Stitch. There was one scene in the movie Leroy and Stitch where Lilo meets up with the bad guys in that movie, and Dr. Jacques von Hamster was like, I named him Leroy. He actually had sort of a sort of European accent, and then he's like, and Hamster feels like, do you not like it? And Leroy's like, no. That's a good name. See, Lilo was the one naming all the experiments, but she never got to name Leroy. So it was actually kind of, funny when Hamster was like, yo, he's named, and so I got to name him this time. And Lilo's like, no, Leroy's a good name. And they're like, oh. I thought that was actually kind of funny. So, yeah, the series ended. Oh, and there was finally a name for Experiment 625. The one who had, like, all the same powers of Stitch, only he could actually speak in, like, normal English, as well as the fact he made sandwiches. Lilo named him Reuben, after the, classic Reuben sandwich, corned beef and or pastrami, and sauerkraut with Thousand Island dressing on rye, with some pickles, I guess. So, yeah. You know what? I could actually go for a Reuben. I'll tell you, growing up for the longest time, I never really liked deli meat, but now that my taste buds have matured, let's say, I actually do like, deli meats now. I won't touch bologna, but pretty much everything else, I shouldn't say, I mean, I just haven't had bologna, I should say. But if I'm gonna have bologna, it should be like, good quality, like fresh made, like scratch made bologna, not that stuff that comes in, like sort of a like cylindrical container like this big, with like the yellow like strap across it or whatever. Like I want to like good quality bologna if I'm gonna try it. So, you know, maybe someday I will. But you know, again, I mean, seriously, I hated deli meat so much. There was a long time I wouldn't even have pepperoni. Yeah, but you know, you gotta move on and you know, sort of, you know, get your stuff done. Although it does remind me, the other night I actually had Aniello's pizza with Aniello's pizza with my mom and dad, and so we actually got their special. Yeah, Aniello's is a special. Aniello's is a special. It's basically it's a pizza that has a pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, peppers, onions. So you get your healthy vegetables in there too, which is nice. Although personally, if it were up to me, I would also add bacon and ham to the mix because bacon and ham are awesome, as we all know. You know, it's pretty much, so yeah, you guys now know my ideal sort of, well, to be perfectly honest, for the most part, I'll put anything on a pizza. So, I mean, while I really am not keen on trying pineapple, you know, if I was at like a party and someone offered it to me, you know, I would at least try just to say, you know what, I did it. Although, that being said, if I was going to put pineapple on a pizza, I would personally like, you know, sort of grill the pineapple or do something to, you know, bring out all the sugars and, you know, all the good stuff out of the pineapple that you get out of, you know, grilling or roasting it. But that's just me. Although pineapple really is actually good for you in terms of like if you want to like lose weight and stuff. Although it like eats like the flesh inside of your mouth. But, and believe me, I know because like, seriously, if you have like canker sores or like if you have a cut lip, don't eat pineapple. I mean, I will no matter what because I love pineapple, like on its own, that is. So yeah. I'll tell you what though, I've actually been trying like a lot of these like food hacks or whatever. I've been trying like the other day, I actually tried putting salt on watermelon. Yeah. Seriously, if you've never, seriously, the hype for that really is real. If you put salt on watermelon, like, oh, it's awesome. Like, if you don't do it, you're really missing out. I am serious on this one. Like, after you watch this, like, go find yourself some watermelon and, like, put a little bit of salt on it and, like, have a ball. It's awesome. So, yeah. I think I might do that today a little bit later. Yeah, I'll tell you how food's making my mouth water. Well, it actually has been a half hour since I used my mouthwash, so, you know, so yeah, I guess I can get myself something to eat or drink. Yeah, I use the Listerine mouthwash. For those of you guys, it's only Listerine, so the stuff I'm using though has the instructions on the back. You rinse for 1 minute and wait 30 minutes for, you know, before you can have, you know, food and drink again. So, I mean, whenever I do my morning routine, first I floss my teeth, then I brush them, then I, you know, rinse my mouth out with, you know, with Listerine. So that's what I do. So keeps everything minty fresh, which is nice. I mean, they haven't invented smell-o-vision, and again, I can't see you, but you can see me. But trust me when I say that as of this moment in time, my breath is still minty fresh. So that's very nice. Again, you know, it sort of goes in the whole, you know, preparing to talk to the camera the way I would talk to a woman if I was on a date with them, you know, clean shaven, you know, smelling clean, fresh breath, you know, all the good stuff that the opposite gender would very much prefer to be around. Man, I'm just talking about that too much lately, aren't I? Oh well. I mean, I guess I am getting, you know, older. And listen, I promised myself that when I turn 30 or no matter how old I get, you know, I'm still going to be me at heart. I'm still going to be still looking at the glass half full. I'm still going to be doing everything that, you'd want to do, in terms of keeping a positive outlook on life and stuff. So, yeah. It's not how old you are, it's how you are being old. So, I'm going to take that with me, and I'm going to use it to, be happy. That's going to be awesome. Although, I guess I am facilitating that somewhat by making videos every day, so hey, I'm actually doing it. Like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on social media platforms. Turn on those notifications on YouTube. I am very humbled that I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I am hoping you have a wonderful, wonderful hump day. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices.